Week 4 college football picks against the spread, and I know what you're going to say, and I'm going to say what I know you're going to say. I'm not doing too well with this so far. Only 5-10 so far this year against the spread, which is only good enough for a 30% accuracy. But the good news about it is if I can go 5-0 this week, I can improve from a 30% accuracy to a 50% accuracy just in one weekend. And that's the goal here. My goal is to get at least 55% by the end of the season because that's kind of where I want to be. So if I can get a 5-0 week this week, I can be on my way. So if there's a pick against the spread that you want me to pick or look at, just leave it in the comment section down below and I will respond to you because I want to respond to everyone because I just like responding to people. Alright, so very quickly I'm just going to go through these. My first pick is UCF minus 13.5 over Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic was embarrassed in week 1 against Oklahoma, and I just don't know if they're going to be able to recover from that. And UCF is well rested because they didn't play last week because their game got canceled due to Hurricane Florence. And I like the Knights to cover the 13.5 point spread. I got Central Florida pick 1. Pick 2, Michigan State minus 4.5 against Indiana. Michigan State's coming off a heartbreaking loss against Arizona State in week 2, and they had their bye week last week, so they're well rested. They're to play the chip on their shoulder. I know Michigan State kind of struggles on the road. I think that's kind of why the point spread is a little bit too low. I feel like maybe it would have been a little bit higher if they would have beaten Arizona State. But it's at 4.5, and it's a tempting pick, and it's a pick I'm going to make. I got the Spartans minus 4.5. Next pick, Stanford minus 2 over Oregon. Like I said in the predictions video, I like this game to go into triple overtime, and I like the Stanford defense to step it up in the third overtime, and I think Bryce Love's going to have a big night. Stanford minus 2. Next pick, Florida minus 4.5 over Tennessee. I think Tennessee could come back to where it wants to be, but I don't think it's going to be this year. I just think it's still a rebuilding process for the Volunteers. I got Florida minus 4.5. My final pick, probably my upset pick if you want, because this team, if they can play it smartly this weekend, they could pull off an upset and they could end up winning outright. But I've got Arizona State at plus 17. I got these Sun Devils at plus 17 because they're going to play the chip on their shoulder, especially with losing to a team like San Diego State on the road last weekend. I like them to respond. I think this is a huge gut check for Herm Edwards. How is this team going to respond? And I think they're going to respond pretty well. Maybe not unless they win the game, but if they play it smart, they could end up winning outright. But I've got the Sun Devils covering the 17-point spread. My final pick of the week, Arizona State plus 17. So in review, my picks against the spread this week are UCF minus 13.5, Michigan State minus 4.5, Stanford minus 2, Florida minus 4.5, and Arizona State at plus 17. Comment your thoughts on my picks down below. Also, if there's a game you want me to pick against the spread or look at, leave it in the comment section. I'm going to respond to you. Like, share, subscribe. Have a good night or day whenever you're watching. And see you next time.